Hi, this is Stacia, and I'm going to share a training game that I played on chess.com. So, if you guys have been following me, which I hope you have, then you know I've been really gunning for 1700 on chess.com. And before this game, I was sitting at 1699. Okay, so let's look at this game. If I win, I reach my goal. And I just want to make a side note that this goal means a lot to me because my personal best before like 2 weeks ago on chess.com was like 1640. So I've been trying to get 1700 for a very long time. And well, if I'm able to do that, it means that my change in my repertoire is finally occurred, and I'm playing better than ever with an entirely new, not only repertoire, but style of play, because I play Gambits and crazy chess lately. So, okay, let's have a look at the game. So he played d4 and I played knight f6. And it's funny how I used to love these lines, but lately I've been considering changing because after d5, I'm scared of the move c4, or sometimes another move and then c4. And sure enough, my opponent did play this. And this is the part of my repertoire that is probably weakest for me, because I love to play the move bishop f5. But after bishop f5, white can play like this, like queen b3, and, you know, that's attacking stuff. And I usually would go like, I guess you could play e6. Yeah, I don't even know what to do here, to be honest. I mean, computer says knight c6. I mean, I don't know what to do here, so I don't go into this. And yeah, I mean, the problem is my bishop, honestly, after this and this, I'd even consider this move, but I think then white takes here, right? I guess not, but they could just play knight c3 and have a good game. I lost it. I lost 2 tempos already. So anyway, that's what I don't like. So I can't play my normal bishop f5 stuff, which leads me into totally different territory. So I played this. Calvin Blocker, International Master Calvin Blocker, has been urging me to play Queen's Gambit Accepted, as well as Michael Jolson. So I'm like, well, I've never studied it. Oh, well, let's just play it. All right, knight c3. And I know I'm digressing a lot, but if you want to learn to play an opening, then the best way to do it is not to study it for 6 months and then finally unveil it. It's to simply play it. Just start playing it. You'll lose some, sure, but you'll learn every time. All right, so e6, and we're going to see if I did this right. So this is called the Queen's Gambit Accepted Showalter variation. And I played the move e6, which is second most common. Looks like c6 is most common. I like this idea. We're kind of threatening b5. We're at least saying we might play that move. So I think I do like that a little bit better than e6, but certainly nothing could be wrong with this. And now we've transposed into a 3 knights Vienna variation of the Queen's Gambit Declined. He pinned my knight. I thought maybe I should break the pin, which turns out to not be the best move. You should still go c6. So, okay, yeah, because c6 and we want to go b5. I did miss this idea during the game. But I just wanted to play simple and get a playable position. e4 is not really threatening e5 because I did break the pin with this move, so I would simply move out of the way. And now a6. So maybe, I'm still in theory, but maybe c6 was better, and I am going to turn on the engine now just to see. Very curious. Well, the engine likes a6. It also likes h6 first. Okay, I played a6. Same idea. I'm threatening to maybe hold on to the pawn. So he took, but now I get a tempo on the bishop, and the bishop pulled back. And here I was already kind of liking my position, although I do have problems to solve still. I've got development to do, and I need to get in c5. But if I do that, I think I've equalized. Yeah, so I went for this b4 move. I don't know this opening at all, but I was like, well, you know, that looks like a pawn, or maybe if he takes here, I get the bishop here. So how bad could this be? So I played it. Computer approves, and he did take the knight. So I get the bishop pair out of that little exchange, and his knight, you know, is going to be rerouted. So now I castled, and he castled, and g6. Okay. Well, this is a move I'm playing because I don't know the opening. I don't think it's probably best, but you know, after e5, bishop e7, it seems like after bishop c2 and knight g3, like my king looks lonely to me. Like I guess I could go rook e8, but I thought my king might be getting lonely, so I decided to keep the dark square bishop with the move g6, keep him as just a defender. I realized that after e5, it's not the best bishop in the world, but he will be a good defender from there. So, okay, we did this. Yeah, and computer says white has had an advantage this whole time. I mean, of course, like the normal white advantage. Yeah, knight g3 I don't agree with, because anytime you have a pawn 2 squares away from a knight, the knight is pretty much dominated. So, I mean, maybe he's planning this though. Yeah, actually, okay. That might be okay. But I am going to put a bishop here soon. So, okay, that's what I did. I put the bishop there. It does stop knight e4. But also, this is just an excellent diagonal. So, and now the move a3. I thought I probably need to take that. And I was wondering if he was trying to open the b file so he could attack the bishop, and he actually was. So I played knight b to d7, trying to, knight d7, trying to complete development. Computer likes c5 right away and says black's better. This move crossed my mind, but it is more complicated to play this move. c5, I thought, you know, he could take it. Am I going to trade queens? I can, but best is knight d7 now. So, I mean, this is an idea, but I am attacking this. So concretely, this seems to work. So I guess white should probably defend their pawn. Computer's not giving that, though. Like, what if this? I guess we just re-attack it. And, you know what? So there is no way to defend the pawn. There is no way to do it. They cannot play this, and they cannot defend it, right? So, yeah, that's really cool. So I can play c5 early sometimes, as long as I see that they cannot defend it. Interesting. So c5 is very strong there. That's a very good one to learn. But I played this as more natural, I guess. Okay, now my bishop's x-rayed. I should probably defend it. Rook b8. Yeah, again, computer likes c5. Wow. I mean, my bishop is hanging here. What? Does white have no good discoveries? I mean, what is going on here? I guess not. The bishop, I mean, what about something like this? Isn't this playable? No, because we grab the knight and we're attacking the queen. So intermezzo. And if they take with check, we grab this. Now they can't take with a queen, so they take this way. And yeah, they ended up sacking a piece, so we're up material. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll play like that in a rapid game or not, because, you know, it's easier to play simple. So, okay. Rook b8. It does say black's -1 here, which is kind of surprising, but I guess this pawn is weak, and I'm fully developed now, and I'm going to play c5. Queen d3, and yeah, I just felt like I have knight takes c5. I didn't see that during the game. That would be nice. You cannot take with a pawn, and you still can't take with a pawn, so that would win a pawn, basically. But instead of that, okay, so I'm starting to see that there's a lot more to this game than I was aware of. I played c5, which is also good, the computer says. It likes it just as much as knight takes c5, surprisingly. But, you know, this is my pawn break that I need to achieve, and it's been achieved. So he played here. I think that move was an interesting one. Putting pressure down the d-file. Like, now this is actually a discovered attack because my knight's attacked twice. So I take the pawn. I thought that was the right thing. He takes with the queen. So yeah, this is a tactical moment right here because, all right, my knight is attacked. If I move my knight here, queen can take. And it's a discovery on my, well, no, he can't take because queen takes queen. So I guess that is a move, but then when I move my queen, if I try to keep defending, I think this rook attacks me, right? Like, I don't think I can do this move. Computer says I can, but queen f4, white could play. Discovery on my queen. I would probably go here. The knight comes to e4. Okay. I guess you can play like this, but I was nervous about tactics against the knight, like if he continued to attack it. Okay, and I ended up taking this knight to wreck the structure. Computer does like it. And then I played knight takes pawn. Removing the defender. Now I'm threatening a fork. I'm threatening discovery. Like, looks pretty strong, but really it just wins a pawn. He moved his queen, which I think was smart. And now my queen's under attack, so I moved it. f4 I think was the best move. Yeah, I was looking at this move, but then I just take here, I think. Yeah, that's true. So I think this is best, and I should go knight g4, I think. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, now knight e4. My queen is attacked, so I went queen h4. Computer liked this move better. You know what? I like this move better too because we're x-raying the rook, which is now x-rayed twice. And maybe there will be tactics, but okay, queen h4. The queen defends. You know, I could take the queen here probably. I'm up a pawn, but I thought this fixes the white pawn structure. I guess I could jump my knight in here. I'm better here. But I thought it'd be more annoying for white if I keep the queens on. So I did that. That's also fine. The rook does visit me on the d7 square. But now the bishop is pinned but defended by the queen. I played here. Yeah, this is weak. It's a weak move. I thought it might be. The computer is giving me two moves here that I want to look at. It's giving knight h6. I think this is the idea. Rerouting the knight to a better square. It'll be protected here. It'll be a constant annoyance. There are no white pawns to kick it away, ever. So yeah, knight f5 has been Feingold says. I like knight h6, that's very good. The other one is queen f5, probably with the same idea as before. X-raying this rook, attacking the knight. And if here, I don't know if I like this as much. I don't know that I do. We are up a pawn, but white has now seized the d file and has a rook down here. The bishop is quite excellent. The bishop's hanging. Hang on a second. I missed this. Okay, so that's the idea. The queen is overworked. So we just won material. We just won material. They're going to have to bring this rook back, right? Oh, it says rook e1. Defending the knight? And the queen continues to defend the bishop. Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like my tactical vision is very much lacking right now. Okay. So I played here and takes bishop here. This is a scary moment because my knight is attacked and pinned and h3 is coming, so I have to be really careful here. And I played the move queen to d5. I think this saves me because now if he takes the knight with the queen, I take this one. Same with the bishop. This knight's hanging, and if here, I have this covered. So he did play that. I took it. He took that way. And now the game gets really sloppy. Okay, I was in time pressure. A few seconds on my clock. I don't think I like this move. No, it's a blunder, in fact. My knight is hanging. I should move my knight, you know, or defend it. I like knight h6 here. Computer's not giving it, but what would be wrong with this move? Yeah, it's fine. I really like this square for the knight. So in hindsight, I would do that instead of blundering my knight. Yeah, and he took here, which is probably smart. So now I'm losing because I blundered, but I teach my students never resign, so that's what I decided to do. I do have pawns. I mean, I have pawns for my trouble, so you never know. Outside passers are good, and also, like, it's nice that my pawns are on light squares, because if they were on dark squares, there would be checkmating ideas for white, but this is easier to defend. So, okay, let's push my pawn. Let's get my king active. Okay, he's attacking the f pawn, so I pushed it. I'm trying to win another pawn. He let me do that. So now I actually have 2 pawns for a piece, right? Or 3. 5 to 2, it means I have 3. So I have 3 pawns for a piece. I mean, is that full compensation? It might be. I think it might be. Computer says white is slightly better. Okay, that move. Now, I was really thinking about checking here, and I see the computer likes it. I thought, after this, though, do I like this or not? Oh my gosh, there's forced mate. How? Check this out. All right, so white does something. I mean, computer's giving bishop a4, which... Okay, let's just play here, I guess. Like threatening to take a pawn. Now I have check. Takes. Check. The king is forced away. That's checkmate, right? Cannot... It's checkmate. Wow. Okay. I saw that idea, but I thought it didn't work during the game. Of course, I was playing on seconds. So I won't punish myself too much, but I got to start seeing things like that faster. Okay, he checked me here. Still, I'll give myself points for resilience. So he's sacking a pawn, but really it's a trade of pawns because he takes there. But now I thought I'm really gaining some momentum here. My king's getting very active. His king, on the other hand, is now forced to the back row. And my pawns look scary. He can attack them. Like, I don't think I could save this one anymore. I'm going to lose that one. But on the other hand, I was pushing this pawn while the light square bishop wasn't monitoring this square. Wanted to get past there because now this bishop cannot protect the queening square. So he can only go here. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I have chances here. We both have chances here. Okay, was g4 correct? I thought it was. Computer agrees. Take. Probably take with a pawn. It advances the pawn. Okay, this is a very interesting ending, I think. Two passed pawns versus a bishop and a rook. Well, I have a rook too. Okay, so here, did I mess up? Yeah, king g3 is correct. So this looks scary, but I actually have a trick here. Yeah, because I just have a simple fork. He's trying to win the pawn, but, you know, check. That's a fork. Now the king goes here, and I take the bishop. Okay, so now I'm winning after all this. I blundered that piece, and I missed all those cool moves earlier. But now I'm winning. I don't think it's, like, so easy to win this, but I knew it was winning. Okay, so he does get that pawn with check. Now, I actually think that king f or rook f3 is a blunder. Let's see if I'm right. I thought he could take, and I thought this is a draw. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, normally you say white has the opposition, and so this is a draw, but no, not when the king is on the third rank. The king is too far advanced because this king can never go to g0. I'm trying to draw an arrow there. So this is a pretty craptastic game, if you don't mind me saying. But okay, by not trading rooks though, I have relatively no risk. But that was a winning king and pawn ending. Okay, here. I like this line too though, because now I hide behind the pawn. Now when I go king h2, I can play g2 when he checks. So he saw that didn't work, so now I have to deal with this plan coming behind. And it's a very Lucina-ish type position, isn't it? In fact, I think it is a Lucina position. Like if my king was here and my pawn was here, that would be the Lucina position. And I don't know, I've never had a knight pawn Lucina position, so I actually don't know if that's a win or a draw. I think I'll check that later, but okay, so I did push the pawn, so I'm like, this is now a Lucina position, except my king already got out. So now I need to build a bridge, right? So, and that's actually the idea I did come up with during the game, even though I didn't realize this was actually Lucina. Okay, here I was worried about, if check here, I was worried about this king. Yeah, I can't do this. Oops, draw. So I was right not to play that line. So instead I went here because now I can hide behind the rook on the F file. Yeah, and I think this just wins. Computer agrees. I needed my king to stop that king F2 move, because anytime I moved my rook away to block, then the king came to F2. So I put my king here, stopping this. And now I can play here and here. And then when he checks, then I go here. There's no king F2, there's no king F1. So black would then queen and win. So my opponent did resign, and I'll go ahead and put that on the board for anyone that's curious about it. So what should white do? Waiting move, I guess. Just they have to stop queening. Here I would go, I was thinking rook F4. Yeah, and now waiting move here. I don't think they can take now. Wait, they can't take. Wow, he should have kept playing. I might have fallen into this. I thought this was good. This is a draw. Look at that. The king gets there. That's stalemate. And I can't walk away from the pawn. He takes it. Wow. Okay, I'm learning a lot this game, you guys. I hope you're learning with me, because I missed a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. It's very humbling. And I'm learning that, you know, if I really want to master chess, like a lot of this stuff I think I would have found if I had more time on my clock. But I need to get this stuff so ingrained in my brain that I only need a second to see it. You know what I mean? And I'm not at that point yet. I know these ideas. I knew the ideas, but I did not figure it out quickly enough. And I made some calculation errors. Yeah, so, okay, let's see how to win this then. So, if white waits, we need to go rook F4. Okay, that is correct. White waits. Now what do we do? We go rook E4 check. Oh, we're going to check that king away. That's how we're going to defend that square. So the king has to move away. And now, only now do we go rook G4. So we have to do that first. Now this is different. The king just cannot get there in time. So wow, I think this was a very, very well, craptacular game, if you don't mind me saying. But also, I'm learning so much from it. This is a lot of review of good ideas for me, and I got to play a new opening. And yes, I did break 1700 with this game, which is insane. So I think I'm going to go for 1800. I'm going to continue this because I've had so many wins and very few losses. So I might as well keep trying and see if I can do it. And yeah, I'm not going to go through the rest of the game. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.